don't screen my eyes. I'm a self-destructive.
Alright, first off, before you start fishing and you come to the lake, make sure you always have your hook on here so you never get poked. Step number 2 is make sure you have your bait picked out before you use it, because if you have your tackle box open at all times and it's sunny outside or whatever weather, eventually these will probably melt and it'll make like it really stinky in here, and then it will waste all the smell so the fish can't smell and it'll just be pointless. Step number 3 is make sure there's no trees, so if you go like this and you get caught on got snagged on a tree, then it'll just, you can't get it out. And also make sure no one's around you and you do know like right where you're gonna like cast at, and that's pretty much all. Here's how it's done. Now I'm going to teach you guys all how to use an open reel. And for those that do not know what an open reel is, it's an open reel that you use this thing and open, not closed. Now, first what you do is make sure this right here is right next to your finger, and then put your finger right down here or wherever you need to put it. I recommend right there. And then open this gray thing, whatever you want to call it, swirly pole, whatever you want to call it. Open that up, and then you can cast. And then when you're done, close this up and then put it right back on there and then reel back in. And then that's how you use an open reel. Alright guys, now I'm going to teach you how to use a closed reel pole. And there's a closed reel. It's closed. So first what you have to do is take off this. Alright, and then see this button right here? You press that to like release it. It'll go down. If I could get it working. Alright, there we go. And then for most of them, you'll go like that and it'll lock it. You'll hear 2 clicks, and and then you use that to reel it in, and it's snagged on grass, I bet. But that's how you use a closed reel. So I hope that helped. Another recommendation is if you have 2 poles or more and you're going around the lake, not on boats, do not use this on boats. If you're going around the lake, I recommend this. You just put this simply right in the ground, and then you put the fishing pole right on in, and all you have to do is cast out, and it'll start tugging right on the pole, and that means you have a fish. Take it right out and reel back in. That's the awesome squiggly thing. Alright, first off is my crappie kit. This is good for crappie fishing, such as sunfish, all sorts of those, bluegills, and these are awesome. These are weights on hooks, and they have eyes, so they look like they're living. And you can get these anywhere, such as Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Dick's Sporting Goods, and any of your local fishing shops. And I'm going to teach you how to put these weight eyes on your baits. So first off, you get any bait, I recommend this because this looks like a worm. Here's an example. Oh wait, just kidding. Oh yeah. This is on. There's an example. This is the weight, but not an eye. Put it right there. So I'm going to put an eye on. First, you get an eye. You put it right through here. And this is my favorite way because it looks like a worm with an eye hanging out. But there's such as many ways. This is another way. Right here. Here's this way. I'll teach you how to do both of the ways. So I'll take another eye. And I will take a yellow one. You put it right through here, straight, boom. There you go, kind of squish right there. And there's an eye right there. There's the 2 ways. And this is my crappie kit, and I got this from my uncle. Thanks, shout out to him. And hope that helps for you guys. And now this one. This is my tackle box. It's see-through. I recommend see-through because you could look at what's baits. And this is from Bass Pro Shop. You could get this probably at Dick's Sporting Goods and Cabela's and any of your local fishing shops. Now to my baits. These are probably for the bigger fish, such as probably bass because they eat minnows and all sorts of like worms. These are also worms, probably good for bass because they have good mouths. Now comes the big ones. This has a double tray hook. If I could get this out. Okay, oh, there we go. And this is a double tray hook, and that means that has 3 hooks on one and 3 hooks on another one. And this is probably good for about maybe deep sea fishing or really big fish, because this is pretty big. Most fish in this type of lake over here is not, I'm not going to catch anything. Next is my spinnerbait. It's pretty awesome. Here it is. I call it the spinnerbait, but it's pretty much like this, and it has an eye right there, and it's kind of cool. It's like shredded to pieces, fish, so fish will go for it. And this is shinies for a reflection of fish to attract them. And then here's my other big spinnerbait. If you're catching like any big fish. Voila. Alright, now onto these, Now onto these little scorpion type stuff. This is good if you want to go maybe catfish, because these will sit at the bottom like this, at the bottom of a lake or anywhere. Any bottom trouter thingies, bottom smellers. And these smell like really bad, but it attracts fish through the smell, and they're really good bait. I caught many fish off these, many. Next, my worm. Oh, why did you get that one? Now onto the crappies. Whoa, thick. Next onto the crappies, which is like mini worms, probably crappies, maybe a bass. I caught a bass off this one. And now another one's like sunfish. This will probably attract sunfish because they're bright colors. And same as this one. Now hooks, I got these at Dick's Sporting Goods, but you could get these at any fishing shops, and maybe you could find them along a lake on leftover people's lines. You could just cut them off and get them, free ones. And these are probably like really good because they're shiny. I really recommend those. Now my eyes. These have eyes with hooks. These are not that great, but you could use them. These are pretty small for small lakes. Next, these are probably the greatest things, I think, for crappies. They're like mini like octopus things, squids. You could even catch these at rushing waters because it's like, it's pretty good for that. Now my leader heads, part of leaders, and just put the hooks right on through here, right there. I'll put that later. And now my bobbers. Here's a regular bobber if you're just gonna go in a regular lake, or if you're not gonna be catching that big of fish. Now if you want to catch a big fish, you might want to use this because this will like, no, you won't know this if you catch a small fish with this. So that's why it's good to have all sorts of sizes. And these are all from Cabela's. Great. And so this is inside my tackle box. Hope you guys got some good recommendations. And next to the other step. Now here's my worm bait that I explained back in my tackle box. Great for bass. And now for casting, got to put it right on line, grab the pole, line on it, open up the reel, make sure there's no trees or people around for safety, and then cast right out, overhand or sidearm. I like a slant. Let go of that right when you cast. Hard cast, open, close, and then do this. And then you just reel it right in. Not if you're gonna do a tight top. People like if there's fish that go in the top or middle. Depends what rate of speed. I'm going in middle class. Maybe I may catch a fish if I get lucky. Oh no. And that's pretty much all the steps all together that I told you guys about. Now be careful. Make sure you caught a fish. No fish. But if I did catch a fish, it would be oh. Well, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe and also like, because this takes a lot of time to make and great techniques. Towel wet. And again, make sure to like and subscribe. I am Clayton from Flipping Fins, and I'll see you guys later.
This summer I went swimming, this summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my